Hey, good morning, Camden.
Good morning, Dwayne. How are you today?
I'm excellent. You?
I'm doing great. I saw that you were in Calgary the other day. How's that going?
Calgary was great. Yeah, worked for the dealer group for a couple of days. We're out there all the time with them, and they're seeing some real good traction at a few points in the process. So just always looking to take it to the next level. And yeah, Calgary's a beautiful city and a little cold, but hey, what the heck? It was okay.
That's awesome. Where are you today?
I'm driving across the QEW here in Toronto. I've got a little staff meeting with a couple of our members, team members, on some stuff we're trying to get done this year. So that's where I'm going now.
Great. Well, I got some more questions here for you today, so let's just dive right in.
Okay, shoot.
Awesome. So I thought this first question was pretty interesting, and it is, do you consider sales to be an art or a science?
I believe it's both. It's one of the things I love about it. So I think, going through a sales process properly with the client and knowing which steps to spend more time on and which ones to spend less time on, that's a bit of an art. But that comes from understanding the science of the process. So if you're not well trained, if you don't have a system or a process and you're always winging it, then your odds of being successful go way down because you have absolutely no way of really creating any predictability or increase your own probability. So the process to me is a science, but because it's a human being, it's an art. So the analogy there is, I like to play soccer. So you can walk up to a soccer ball, it's an inanimate object, and after, you got some players with various levels of skills, but you can hit a ball in a certain way, and with huge accuracy, you can predict exactly what that ball is going to do, where it's going to go. If you kicked a cat, you could kick a cat. Bad analogy, all the cat lovers out there. You could kick a cat 1,000,000 times, it would never do the same thing.
That's true.
So, kicking the ball is the science. What you're kicking makes it a bit of an art because we're kind of kicking cats all day long. You really don't know what it's going to do after you touch them, but you have to know what you're doing up until that point and have the next move, your next question, your next reaction already staged. So you've got to be deploying whatever you're deploying at the same time you're assessing and reading what your next move is. So it's I love it. It's fascinating. Camden, sorry, I never have a short answer. It's both an art and a science in my mind.
No, it's perfect, and I just thought of the headline for this next episode, Kicking Cats with Dwayne Marino. It'll be perfect.
Fuck yes. Good. That's going to get lots of thumbs up. That's great.
All right. And so speaking about the art and the science, and you're talking about winging it, for not even just, say, new salespeople, but even seasoned salespeople need to practice and to improve themselves. What are some exercises that you do with some of your clients that you train or maybe that you even do yourself to, sharpen your tools a bit?
Okay. I tell everybody, and it's easy for me because I'm not that way. I'm not jealous at all. I never understood it. I tell everybody to get curious. Don't be jealous. So when I say get curious but don't be jealous, go around your own place of business and look at everybody and look at what they do well. I don't care who it is, where they are in the performance tier. Somebody does something well, and you want to figure out what that is, and then you want to borrow that trait. So you want to model the best traits of the best, of the people around you. You're not modeling the whole person. You might not even like the person, but they might do something in particular very well. Model it. If you do that regularly, it doesn't take you long to become a hybrid of all the best traits of those salespeople in your building, even if they're all average. So that's my first tip, is just drop your ego and look for things that people can do better than you, and then you want to, borrow that trait. The other one is, and again, it's got to do with ego. You've got to be constantly looking for better ways to do things. You have to be open-minded but skeptical, and I don't care if you're going to my classes or somebody else's or reading books or if you're on YouTube watching videos or whatever you're doing, if that curiosity extends, out beyond your business, if you're going to make whatever you're going to make every year, $100,000, $200,000 a year, $50,000, whatever it is, I always say, hey, if you've got your financial needs met, wouldn't you love to learn to do it in half the time? If you were doing it in half the time, I bet you could sell twice as more. So efficiency and value is something you want to bring to every step of the sale with your clients. And that's not possible because the markets and things change so much unless you're continually curious and kind of keeping your eyes open and researching what's going on. And then you actually started, your words you used there is what I would say is practice. I call it Pedro, P-D-R-O. You have to practice, drill, rehearse out loud. Anything that's going to be a word track, you only really have body language and language to practice. You need to practice, drill, rehearse it out loud enough that it has a flow, a natural, way of relating and sounding like you and not sounding like the person you took the technique from. I don't like scripts for that reason. Mm-hmm. So I guess if you stay curious, open-minded and skeptical, and when you find something you really love, if you practice it until it's yours, and you just kept doing that, you'll be a machine. You'll be a sales machine. I mean, how could you not?
So stay curious, open-minded, drop the ego, model, and practice out loud. And when you say practice out loud, are you referring to getting like a sales, like someone who's in your sales force and going back and forth with them, like practicing rebuttals and stuff, or just like looking at yourself in the mirror?
Yeah, that's an ideal situation. You're not going to find a lot of people that want to do that with you. A lot of people aren't that interested in getting better. They're too embarrassed, or they think it's corny. So you're probably doing it yourself. Do it into your voice notes in your phone. Play it back. Do it in front of a mirror. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do that, but yeah.
Okay. All right, Dan. Well, we are running out of time, but before you go, I just wanted to ask you, what are some things you got going on that you'd like to mention to the audience? Any new training seminars or workshops coming up?
Our regular courses in the academy, of course, those happen every month. I've got some really good seminars coming up in Sacramento, California, another one in Shreveport, Louisiana. So if anybody that's listening is around those areas, contact us and see where they are and come on out and see what's going on. I'm back out in Saskatoon in a couple of weeks. So there's always something happening. So if anybody's curious about what's going on with our workshops, just go to my website, go to I think it's called Events, and take a look at the training calendars and see where we're at.
And those who are listening, you can find a link to his event calendar right in the description. Dwayne, thank you so much for doing this with me. It's always a pleasure speaking with you.
Thanks, Cameron. Have a great day.
You too, sir.
See ya.
Bye.